The World Cup balls are the most iconic and most well-known balls in football history. But every ball is unique and has a story of its own. So let's take a look at the evolution of the World Cup balls from 1930 to now. FIFA World Cup 1930, Uruguay. T model. This ball is the famous T model, which is the most well-known pre-Adidas World Cup ball of all time. Uruguay played the majority of its matches with such T model balls in the 1930 World Cup until they faced Argentina in the final match. FIFA World Cup 1934, Italy. Federal 102. The Federal 102 ball was composed by 13 polygonal panels which were cut and perfectly fitted together by hand sewing. For the very first time, the leather laces of a World Cup were replaced with brown cotton, very similar to the ones used on shoes. This represents a small detail but an important improvement as well, as cotton is much softer than any leather, and this encouraged players to head the ball more. FIFA World Cup 1938, France. Allen. The Allen ball was very similar to the Federal 102, the official ball of the previous World Cup, because it also consisted of 13 panels. This ball was hand-sewn just like its predecessors and had to be inflated by a skilled person. FIFA World Cup 1950, Brazil, Super Ball. The Super Ball consisted of 12 identical panels, but the edges of these panels were more curved. The Super Ball was a brown hand-sewn ball, and FIFA allowed the manufacturers to print logos and text on the ball. As we will see in the cases of 1954, 1958, and 1966 World Cup balls, it was an exception since the balls in Switzerland, Sweden, and England had to be free from branding. FIFA World Cup 1954, Switzerland. Swiss World Champion. The official match ball of the 1954 FIFA World Cup was composed of 18 panels with zigzag edges, perfectly interlocked to each other. The ball was completely hand-sewn and no longer had laces, just like its predecessors. The Super Ball from the 1950 World Cup. The name of this newly designed ball was Swiss World Champion, and it was manufactured by the company COD Sports from Basel. FIFA World Cup 1958, Sweden. Top Star. The Top Star ball had a popular design. It was similar to the balls of the time, however this ball brought technological developments as well. These leather balls were treated with a waterproofing wax, making the balls more water resistant. FIFA World Cup 1962, Chile. Crack. The crack ball had an innovative design. It was composed of 18 irregular polygonal panels, having two different shapes, hexagonal curved and rectangular, all joined together by manual sewing, as if it were a kind of big puzzle. FIFA World Cup 1966, England. Slazenger Challenge. The Slazenger Challenge was made of high-quality leather and entirely hand-sewn. This ball provided excellent sphericity, and its composition was adopted over the years by other brands. The balls of the 1966 World Cup were provided in 3 different colors: white, yellow, and orange. FIFA World Cup 1970, Mexico. Adidas Telstar Duralast. Adidas is the official supplier of the footballs for the FIFA World Cup since 1970. The very first black and white ball was called Telstar, coming from the union of 2 words, television and star. The Telstar is still one of the most iconic and classical footballs of all time, and by far the most expensive one, if ever found on sale. FIFA World Cup 1974, Germany. Adidas Telstar Duralast. The fact that Adidas did not produce a brand new ball for the 1974 FIFA World Cup is a real proof how successful the initial Telstar balls became. Adidas even kept the name, only the text on the balls were updated. FIFA World Cup 1978, Argentina. Adidas Tango Duralast. For the 1978 FIFA World Cup, Adidas launched a brand new model with a revolutionary design, the Tango. Inspired by the classical dance of Argentina, the Tango became extremely popular and it became associated with the Adidas brand itself. And these 2 words were interchangeable in the 80s. No wonder why the Tango design was applied on official Adidas match balls until the 2000 Euro Cup. FIFA World Cup 1982, Spain. Adidas Tango Espana. Due to the indisputable success of the Tango in the 1978 World Cup and the 1980 Euro Cup, Adidas did not design and produce a revolutionary new ball for the Spanish World Cup. Instead, they made a ball called Tango Hispana, with only minor changes from its predecessors. The ball was the first Adidas World Cup ball to be named, inspired by the host country. FIFA World Cup 1986 Mexico. Adidas Azteca. The official match ball of the 1986 FIFA World Cup was called Adidas Azteca, and it was the first World Cup ball to be named and decorated completely in honor of the host nation. FIFA World Cup 1990 Italy. Adidas Etrusco Unico. The official match ball of the Italian World Cup joined to the Tango series, as it was introduced even for the Pope and Vatican before the tournament. Tango panels were decorated with Etruscan lions. However, the ball was blamed by many people since there were only very few goals during this World Cup. FIFA World Cup 1994 USA. Adidas Questra. To name the Questra as the Quest of Stars had two reasons. One of the reasons is that the US flag had star elements, and the other one is that the World Cup was held in the same year as the 25th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission, when the first man landed on the moon. This ball became very successful. No wonder that Adidas used the Questra for both the 1996 Euro Cup and the 1996 Olympic Games. However, the balls used during these tournaments were colorful. FIFA World Cup 1998 France. Adidas Tricolore. The tricolor was the first colored World Cup ball ever. It was named after the French tricolor. Many believe that due to its design, this ball is the most beautiful and imaginative Adidas ball ever. FIFA World Cup 2002 Korea, Japan. Adidas Fever Nova. The Fever Nova was a transition ball between the classic and the modern World Cup balls. Even though it kept its 32-panel structure, it was no longer consisted of the famous Tango panels. However, it was the very last Hansoon World Cup ball. FIFA World Cup 2006 Germany. Adidas Teamgeist. The German sports manufacturer constructed a brand new ball for the local World Cup called Teamgeist. This ball was the first ever World Cup ball made by Adidas that no longer consisted of 32 but from 14 panels. FIFA World Cup 2010 South Africa. Adidas Jabulani. The official match ball of the 2010 FIFA World Cup was called Jabulani, which means to celebrate and to have fun. They used 11 colors referring to not only the 11 players in a team, but also the 11 languages used and 11 colonies located in South Africa. The demand and the price of the Jabulani balls today is extremely high, since this ball is considered to be the best for this new sport, since the Jabulani can roll in the grass for the longest distance among all recent balls. FIFA World Cup 2014 Brazil. Adidas Brazuca. Due to the questionable performance of the Jabulani, the German sports manufacturer decided to come up with the most tested ball ever for the Brazilian World Cup, making it sure that the ball becomes as perfect as possible. In order to have the reputation of the fans back, the name of the ball was finally decided by votes from supporters. The name Brazuca is an informal local term which means Brazilian, or to describe the Brazilian way of life. FIFA World Cup 2018 Russia. Adidas Telstar 18. The Telstar 18 World Cup ball refers to the original and classical Telstar from the 70s. Both balls are black and white and were named as the star of television. The latter model is of course a high-end version, not only due to its futuristic design, but also because it features an NFC chip that makes it possible that the owners can have an interaction with the ball using their smartphones. And finally, FIFA World Cup 2022 Qatar. Adidas Al Rihla. The name Al Rihla means the journey in Arabic and is inspired by the culture, architecture, iconic boats, and flag of Qatar. Al Rihla is the world's first ever soccer ball made exclusively with water-based inks and glues, and therefore is the most environmentally friendly World Cup ball ever. One of the notable innovations in Al Rihla is the speed shell textured polyurethane skin exterior layer with a new 20-piece panel shape and micro and macro textures. With its inclusion, Adidas aims to boost its speed of flight and rotation to sustain perfect shots and excellent aerodynamics. The 500 Hz inertial measurement unit motion sensor inside the ball enables the collection of very accurate ball movement data and transmission to video match officials within seconds throughout the tournament. The ball even has a goal of advertising football on a social level. It is printed using multiple languages by the following messages: football is collective, responsibility, passion, respect, teamwork, fair play. It is a message from the supplier to bring fans together and closer to each other. Which World Cup ball do you like the most? Comment down in the section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.